everyone. So it's Thursday and I was set into a panic because I realized that we don't have a video for tomorrow. And I was thinking about what we could shoot or what I could share. I have so many things going on, planning for some really big Best Buddies Philippines events with Mutiat ng Pilipinas, planning for a really fun event next week for Mod Moms, and just really looking forward to sharing and collaborating and getting together with the moms and also with all of these other organizations that do the same thing that I do in terms of furthering inclusion. And well, yesterday Jelly came home with a super high fever. She was lethargic, her eyes were glazed over, and then no sooner did I get her in the car to come home, Miguel was texting me telling me he was in school and he was just feeling awful. So I asked him if he could make it through the day, just try and make it through the day, and that I would see him at home. And of course, he said okay. Once he got home, he felt a little better, but then he woke up this morning burning up with a super high fever. And actually, Gia called from school as well, saying that she feels the same symptoms. She just threw up, she feels awful. So it looks like the bug that Diego brought home on Sunday now has gone through to his kuya, his ate, and his baby sister. So my idea was to, of course, share what I normally do when any of the kids are sick. I know you guys can you hear the dog outside in the backyard? This is real life, guys. So that's the neighbor, and probably someone's going crazy, tormenting the dog. So these 5 things are this is like standard whenever the kids are sick. Well, it doesn't matter that I have all these events. It doesn't matter that I have these things that are like lining up and people to text and call and message. Everything has to stop. Because mamas, everything stops when the kids are sick. So I drop everything. That's the first thing I do. I know everybody doesn't have that ability, but as much as possible, I try. If there's anything that I know, it's that when I'm feeling sick, I want attention. The kids want attention. Last night, Jelly just wanted me to lay next to her. She didn't want anyone else. I know that there will come a day where the kids won't want me to lay next to them. They won't want me to rub their back. They'll be too big, and it won't be cool that when they're sick, they won't look for their mom. The second thing I do is I change their diet completely. So if everyone is sick or if someone is sick, I change the diet in the sense that I don't force them to eat red meat. I will always make them something different, or instead of making them something different, I might not make them eat protein at all. One of the things that we love making is chicken soup, and sometimes the kids don't even eat like the carrots or the celery or the chicken that's in the soup. They just drink the broth. And actually, as long as you put a lot of ginger and garlic and onions in there, that broth is packed full of things that will help them fight the cold, the flu, virus, whatever it is that they're fighting. So I make sure they have soup. I make sure they're hydrated. Another way to make sure that they're hydrated is by just giving them ice pops. Of course, homemade and natural, anything that has like fresh fruits and not a lot of sugar, that's better, because sugar, I don't like to give them sugar when they have sipon or anything that they're under the weather, because that just creates more. So I'll do that, and then sometimes I'll even just shave some ice and put a little juice. Why do I do that? Why do I just worried about keeping them hydrated? When you digest, or when you're sick and you're fighting and your immune system is like struggling to fight off whatever it is that has now invaded your body, the last thing your body needs is to have to exert more energy in digesting red meat, because that takes days to digest. So that's the first thing I cut out when they're sick. Third thing I do, so 2, I change their diet. 3, this is something I learned from the holistic doctor that we used to visit. So I went through this stage where I didn't want to give the kids any antibiotics, and everything that I gave them was alternative medicine. I didn't give them anything that could ultimately do more damage, right? So one of the things I learned from Dr. Cricket is when your kids have a fever, if you don't want to give them any kind of medicine in the beginning, and I don't actually, I let them fight it for about 2 days. I let their own body respond to whatever it is, and then during that time, I will use lemons. Now, I usually drink this every day in some water, but what I'll do is like I'll slice the lemon and I'll put it in a tabo and I'll just squeeze all the juice and even some of the pulp into like warm water. My mom would give us cold sponge baths if we had fevers. Cold is not the way to go. It can be lukewarm with a little bit of the lemon, definitely. And then you start from the head and you go down to the toes, right? And give just like a lemon sponge bath. Why lemon? The acid will open up the pores and the fever will subside quicker without having to give medicine also. There are times, again, where you need to give the medicine, and whether that's something over the counter or something that is homeopathic. So tip number 4 actually would be a combination of different things that I'm learning. I've been working with my friend Betty from Amara Oils, and I'm so new to the essential oils, the EOs. When Betty told me that she was gonna start selling different essential oils that were also different brands, and I could just buy as I needed them, and she kind of gave me like a quick 101, like bought a few oils from her and then a diffuser. So when they're sick and they're stuffy, when the kids are stuffy or when they're having a hard time sleeping, I'll use the diffuser and I'll just kind of mix in some of the oils. I use peppermint and eucalyptus, and then of course lavender, that also just kind of relaxes the kids. There's this saying that when you sleep or when you rest, that's when God does his work. But that also in a physical way, we also know that we need rest for our body to recover. Even if they're feeling up to it, I kind of want them to take it easy and rest. I'll even lay down with them sometimes, so their time to rest ends up being like my time to just lay and cuddle with them. The last thing that I do also, I always have a chest rub. Now they have such better formulas and healthier ones. This Mistela Soothing Chest Rub for me is my new fave, and recently because the kids have been sick, I've been cracking this open and putting this on jelly. Those are just 5 things, some things that I do to help my kids recover and rest and heal from, it's raining, it's rainy season. They go from aircon to being outside to the rain to being dry, and I'd love to hear what you guys do when your kids are feeling under the weather. There's always tricks that we can learn from each other, and it's all part of the sharing that I love what we do for our kids. Little girl's awake, so don't forget. Yes? Okay, come down. Carry you? Okay. Yeah, come here. You sit on my lap. Come here. Sit up here. Little girl woke up from her nap. How are you feeling? Are you not feeling well? Do you feel sick?
No.
No? Not anymore?
No.
Oh, that's good. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you think that this information is useful, or you want to remember for future reference 5 things to do when your baby is under the weather. Bye.